they are given an option to purchase the shares at a discount at a future date. This is not an obligation on their part. There is no obligation on their part to subscribe for the shares. That's only an option given to subscribe at a future date. At a future date, the shares, the securities offered by the company, there will be a predetermined price also. Usually, the price will be less than the market price. Then, so ESOS is an option given to the directors, officers, and employees of the company, where these people are given an option to subscribe for the shares at a predetermined rate at a future period, at a future date at a predetermined rate. They are under no obligation to take the shares. It's only an option. If they want, they can subscribe. Then ESPS, that is Employees Stock Purchase Scheme. It's an option given to the employees of the company. It's a part of the public issue or otherwise. It's a part of the public issue. When a company makes public issue, a part of the shares may be given to the employees of the company. The employees of the company may be given the shares at a concessional rate. That is ESPS. Now we have to deal with the issue of shares. In issue shares, the terms on which the shares are issued, that will be mentioned in the prospectus of the company. Terms of issue means shares may be issued in three ways. They may be issued either at par, at premium, or at discount. At par means face value. What do you mean by face value? In Malayalam it is called as Mukhavila. Suppose the face value of a share is 10 rupees. It is issued at 10 rupees itself. Then you can say that it is issued at par. When these shares are issued at a price more than 10, that is, it may be issued at 15 rupees or 20 rupees, then you can say that the shares are issued at a premium. The premium amount is the difference between the issue price and the nominal value or the face value. Suppose the shares are issued at 15, the premium is 5 rupees. The third point is shares may be issued at a discount. What do you mean by issue shares at a discount? When the shares are issued at a price less than the face value. For example, the issue price is 10 rupees, shares are issued at 8 rupees. Then you can say that shares are issued at a discount. Now, the issue price of the shares, they are usually received in installments, or it should be spread over in different installments. It is not a must that it should be received in installments. It can be received in one installment, or it shall be spread over in different installment. The various installments are the amount which is received on application. That is what you call as application money. Then all application is only an offer. When an intending investor submits the application, it's only an offer. Only when the shares are allotted, that offer is accepted. The second installment will be received on allotment of shares. For unsuccessful applicants, the application money which has been received, that will be refunded. That is what we have studied under stock investment scheme. That stock investment scheme is meant that is introduced by the government in order to reduce the difficulties faced by the investors in getting the refund when the shares are not allotted to them. Here, when the shares are allotted, a part of the installment will be collected. That is what you call as allotment money. till the shares are allotted, that application money will be kept in application account itself. Only when the shares are allotted, that will be transferred from application. Then third is, certain companies may make only 2 installments, application and allotment. In certain cases, there will be further installments after allotment. That is what you call as call money. There may be 1 call, or it can be more than 1 call. Now, application for shares. When shares are to be issued by a company, the company has to give advertisement in a leading newspaper along with certain extracts from the prospectus. Prospectus itself will not be given, only certain extracts from prospectus that will be given in the newspaper together with the advertisement in a leading newspaper. As per SEBI's guidelines, the list of public issues should be kept open at least for 3 working days, and it should be disclosed in the prospectus. The list of public issue, that should be kept open for at least 3 days, and that should be mentioned in the prospectus. Those people who want to apply for the shares on the basis of the information given in the newspaper, they can apply for, they may get a prospectus for detailed information. They can go to the bank, a bank will be appointed, they can go to a bank and get the application form together with a prospectus. Now, Section 39 of the Companies Act 2013 states that the application money should be at least 5% of the nominal value of the share. There is a minimum amount fixed as application money. That application money should be not less than 5%. It can be, the whole amount can be collected in one installment as application money, but it should not be not less than 5% of the nominal value of the share. Nominal value. But as per companies, SEBI's guidelines, the minimum amount of application money should be, the application money should be not less than 25% of the issue price. What do you mean by? I told you earlier that application money, Companies Act Section 39 of the Companies Act 2013 states that application money should be not less than 5% of the nominal value. But SEBI's guidelines give that it should not be less than 25% of the issue price. Issue price may be more or less than the nominal value. Shares may be issued at a premium or it may be issued at a discount. When the shares are issued at a premium or at a discount, the application money should not be less than 25% of the issue price. But there is a condition that 25% of the issue price in no case shall not be less than 5% of the nominal value. So that 5% of the nominal value, that has more significance. This 25% of the issue price should not be less than 5% of the nominal value of the share. Suppose the price of a share is 10 rupees. The nominal value is, the application money should be 5% of that. That will come to 50 paise. Suppose the shares are issued at a premium, that is it is issued at 12 rupees. Then 25% of that comes how much? 3 rupees. Here it is more than 5% of the nominal value. But in no case the issue price should not be 25% of the issue price. It should not be less than 5% of the, cannot be less than 5% of the nominal value of share. We are dealing with application money. I told you that this application money should be transferred to share capital account before allotment. Suppose you are preparing a balance sheet before the shares are allotted, but you are not sure whether applicant should be allotted shares. So application money received, that should be kept in share capital suspense account. This application money should be transferred to share capital suspense account. Once the shares are allotted, this amount can be transferred from share capital suspense account to share capital account. For those who are not allotted shares, the amount can be refunded. Now we have to see what are the entries in connection with the issue of shares. What are the entries to be recorded in connection with a share issue? On receipt of application money, the journal entry you have to write is bank account debtor to share application. Bank account debtor to share application. This amount is to be kept in the application account itself. Whatever be the amount of application money you have received, that should be written as bank account debtor, because the bank balance is increasing. So bank account debtor to share application. The second entry is to be written on allotment. On allotment of shares, you have to remember one point: all the applicants may not be given allotment. On allotment of shares, the application for those applicants to whom shares are allotted, that amount is to be transferred to share capital. Then the second entry is share application account debtor to share capital. Certain shareholders, certain applicants to whom shares are not allotted, their application money is to be refunded. When application money is refunded, the journal entry to be written is share application account debtor to bank. The just reverse entry of what you have recorded when application money is received. When you refund the amount or when you pay back the amount, just reverse entry, that is reverse entry of the first entry, that is share application account debtor to bank. The third entry, the next entry comes when allotment letter is sent. Allotment letter is sent to the applicants stating that you are allotted shares for which you have applied for. For those applicants who are not allotted shares, they will be sent letter of regret. When allotment letter is sent, on allotment of share, a part of the issue price that will be collected along with allotment money. When allotment money is due, the journal entry is share allotment account debtor to share capital. When you send allotment money is due, allotment money is due, then the journal entry is share allotment account debtor to share capital. Then next entry comes when allotment money is received. Bank account debtor to share allotment. Bank account debtor to share allotment. That's the next entry to be written. Now comes on making calls. The entries will repeat. Share call, first call. Suppose call money may be received in one lump sum, or there may be different calls. Suppose there are different calls, you call it as first call, second call, etc. When call money is due, the journal entry is share first call account debtor to share capital. Share first call account debtor to share capital when call letter is sent. When call money is received, the journal entry is bank account debtor to share first call. Suppose there are any subsequent calls, share second call account debtor to share capital, then bank account debtor to share capital. The journal entries will go on like this. Another point I want to discuss in this connection with is, these are the entries to be written when the shares are issued at a par. Shares may be issued at a premium. When shares are issued at a premium, there will be change in one or two entries. What do we mean by issue shares at a premium? Issue shares at a premium means when the shares are issued at a price more than the face. When the shares are issued at a premium, the amount of premium that should be credited to the amount of premium that has been collected, that should be credited to a separate account called securities premium account. Securities premium account. The securities premium that is collected, that's a capital profit, so it should be kept in a separate account. Usually premium is collected with a allotment. It's not a must that it should be collected with allotment. Suppose it is collected with allotment, then when you write the journal entry, you have to write like this. When allotment money is due, share allotment account debtor to share capital to securities premium. That is, if the nominal value of a share is 10 rupees and it is issued for 12 rupees, that is premium is 2 rupees. That premium 2 rupees should be credited to securities premium account. There are certain restrictions for which the securities premium can be utilized that we shall deal later. Now, suppose the premium is collected with the application money. Here we have seen premium is collected with a allotment. Then share allotment account debtor to share capital to securities premium. When allotment money is received, the journal entry is bank account debtor to share allotment. Suppose the allotment money is 5 rupees on one share. Allotment money is 5 rupees, 3 rupees on share and 2 rupees on premium. Then the journal entry will be share allotment account debtor 5 to share capital 3 to securities premium 2. When you receive the allotment, I have taken an example of one share. Bank account debtor to share allotment 5 rupees. Suppose the premium is collected together with a application. When application money is given, you are getting the premium. Suppose the application money is 5 rupees including 2 rupees premium, then the journal entry will be bank account debtor to share application 5 to share application 5. When you transfer it to share capital, the journal entry will be like this. Share application account debtor 5 rupees to share capital 3 to securities premium 2 rupees. It comes like this. Now, Section 52 of the Companies Act 2013 specifies that the purpose for which the securities premium can be utilized. 1. For issue of fully paid bonus share. Then, to write off the preliminary expense of the company. Then to write off expenses or commission paid or discount allowed on shares. Then providing premium payable on redemption of shares. Redemption means you are repurchasing the share or debenture, or for paying for purchase of own shares of the company. that is buyback of shares. All these things you have to study in detail. Now I am only giving you a general idea about what are the purpose for which securities premium can be utilized. Section 52 of the Companies Act specifies that securities premium can be utilized. Securities premium can be utilized for issue of fully paid bonus share, bonus shares are issued to whom? To the existing shareholders of the company. That is for issue of fully paid bonus shares to members of the company. Then to write off the preliminary expense of the company. Then to write off the expense of commission or discount allowed on any share or debenture. To write off the expenses on issue of share or debenture or discount on issued share or debenture. Then premium payable on redemption of preference share and debenture, and for buyback of share. For these purposes, securities premium can be utilized. We have seen the entries to be written. I shall sum up. What are the entries to be written in connection with a premium? Premium may be received either with application, or it may be received with allotment, or it can be received with calls. Whether it is received with allotment or calls, there is no difference in entries. When it is received with application, the whole amount of application money together with premium, that should first be credited to application account. Suppose the application money is 3 rupees and 2 rupees is premium. The total amount of application money that is due is 5 rupees. 3 towards share capital and 2 rupees premium, securities premium. Then the journal entry is total amount due 5 rupees. Bank account debtor rupees 5. To share application 5 rupees. When you transfer it to share capital account, it has to be split up into application money and premium. Out of 5 rupees received on application, 3 rupees should go to share capital account and 2 rupees should go to securities premium. Then the journal entry is share application account debtor 5 to share capital 3 to securities premium 2. These are the entries to be written when application money is received, when premium is received with application. Premium is usually received with allotment. When you receive it with allotment, the journal entry you have to write, that is 5 rupees, suppose total allotment money is 5 rupees. 3 rupees is application, is towards share capital and 2 rupees towards securities premium. Share allotment account debtor 5 rupees. To share capital 3 to securities premium 2. When you receive it, bank account debtor 2, share allotment 5 rupees. The same entry is to be written. Suppose the premium is received together with the call money. Then share call account debtor 5 rupees to share capital to securities premium. It goes like that. Now, the next point is issue shares at a discount. What do you mean by issue shares at a discount? Issue shares at a discount means when the shares are issued at a price less than the face value. Section 53 of the Companies Act 2013, there is prohibition on the issue of shares at a discount except in the case of set equity share. We have already seen set equity share. Set equity share means shares, equity shares which are issued to directors, officers or employees of the company. Section 53 does not allow a company to issue shares at a discount except in the case of set equity share. Yeah, Section 54 of the Companies Act 2013 specifies that a company cannot issue shares at a discount. Any shares issued at a discount shall be void എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. Suppose a company contravenes the provisions contained in Section 53, the company shall be punishable with a fine which shall not be less than 1 lakh but which may extend to 5 lakhs. So, Section 53 of the Companies Act specifically states that a company cannot issue shares at a discount, and if the shares are issued at a discount, that is treated as void. But under what circumstances a company can issue shares at a discount? Set equity shares means those equity shares which are issued to directors, officers or employees of the company, they can be issued at a discount എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. Suppose a company contravenes the provisions contained in Section 53, the company shall be punishable with a fine which shall not be less than 1 lakh but it may extend to 5 lakhs എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. And every officer of the company who is in default shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months or with fine which may not be less than 1 lakh and which may extend. That means company and the officers who are responsible for issue shares at a discount, they shall be punishable except in the case of set equity share. The punishment is given for company. The minimum fine is 5, the maximum is 5 lakhs, and every officer who is in default, he shall be punishable with imprisonment which may extend to 6 months and shall be punishable with a fine which shall not be less than 1 lakh and which may extend to 5 lakhs or both. Section 54 of the Companies Act specifies what are the conditions to be fulfilled to issue set equity shares at a discount. Section 54 of the Companies Act specifically states under what circumstances a company can issue set equity shares at a discount, or what are the conditions to be fulfilled. First condition is the issue should be authorized by a special resolution passed by the company. That is, a company can issue set equity shares only at a discount if it is authorized by a special resolution passed by the company. The resolution should specify the number of shares, the current market price, the consideration to be received, if any, and the class of directors to whom such or employees to whom such equity shares are issued. അതായത് പറയുന്നത് എത്ര ഷെയർ ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, എന്താണ് മാർക്കറ്റ് പ്രൈസ്, ഹൗ മച്ച് ഈസ് എ കൺസിഡറേഷൻ ടു ബി റിസീവ്, ഏത് ഡയറക്ടർക്കാണ്, ഏത് ക്ലാസ് ഓഫ് ഡയറക്ടേഴ്സിനാണ് ഇത് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്, ഏത് എംപ്ലോയീസിനാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്, ആ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് മുഴുവനും പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം. നോട്ട് ലെസ് ദാൻ 1 year ഹാസ് ഇലാപ്സ്ഡ് not less than 1 year has at the time of such issue elapsed since the date on which the company is. So that means a company can issue set equity shares only at a discount only after 1 year the company is entitled to commence business. That means a company cannot issue set equity shares before 1 year after commencement of business. That is, not less than 1 year has at the date on which issue elapsed. എന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. Not less than 1 year has on the date of such issue elapsed since the company on which the company. Then set equity shares so issued at a discount shall be ranked at pari passu with other equity shareholders. That means it shall be ranked all the rights of the other equity shares that will be obtained in the case of set equity shareholders also. there will be no distinction between the set equity shareholders and other equity shareholders. Then set equity shares at a discount must belong to a class of shares. You should belong to a class of shares that is already നേരത്തെ ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്ത ഷെയറിൻ്റെ അതേ ക്ലാസ്സിലുള്ള ഷെയർ മാത്രമേ എന്തായിട്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ, സെറ്റ് ഇക്വിറ്റി ഷെയർ ആയിട്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. സോ ദ കൺക്ലൂഷൻ ഈസ് എ ന്യൂ കമ്പനി കനോട്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ സെറ്റ് ഇക്വിറ്റി ഷെയർ or shares are issued of a new class even though issued by an old company. You cannot issue a new class of set equity shares. The set equity shares should be a class of shares which has already been issued. So 2 points you have to remember. Set equity shares cannot be issued by a new company. It cannot be issued by a new company at a discount. Set equity shares are of a class that has already been issued by an older company. So I shall sum up what I have explained as issue shares at a discount. What do you mean by issue shares at a discount? When the shares are issued at a price less than the face value. Section 53 of the Companies Act 2013 specifically provides that a company cannot issue shares at a discount except in the case of set equity share. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഇഷ്യൂ ഷെയർസ് അറ്റ് എ ഡിസ്കൗണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ആർക്ക് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ ബാധകം, ഏത് ക്ലാസ് ഓഫ് ഷെയറിന് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ? ദറ്റ് ഈസ് ആപ്ലിക്കബിൾ ഓൺലി ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് സെറ്റ് ഇക്വിറ്റി ഷെയർ. അത് സെക്ഷൻ 53 ഓഫ് ദ കമ്പനീസ് ആക്ടിൽ സ്പെസിഫിക് ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. Section 54 of the Companies Act 2013 specifies the issue shares at a discount. A company will not issue shares at a discount except other than that has been provided in Section 54 of the Companies Act. If a company issues shares at a discount other than set equity share, that shall be treated as void, and the company shall be punishable with a fine, minimum fine of to 1 lakh, and it may exceed to 5 lakhs. And every shareholder, every director of the company or officer who is responsible, every officer who is responsible for issue shares at a discount shall be punishable with imprisonment for a period not less than 6 months, for not less than 6 months, which maximum period is 6 months, and with a fine which is not less than 1 lakh, but which may extend to rupees 5 lakhs. Section 54 deals with the issue of set equity shares at a discount. Let us see, I shall sum up what we have seen. In order to issue set equity shares at a discount, Section 54 specifically mentioned that it should be authorized by a special resolution by the company. The company should pass a special resolution authorizing the issue of equity shares at a discount. The company should pass a special resolution authorizing the issue of set equity shares at a discount. The set special resolution should specify the number of shares to be issued, the market price, the consideration, to whom the shares are issued, the class of directors or employees or officers to whom such equity shares are issued. Third point is, not less than 1 year has elapsed at the date on which the company has commenced business. That means before the expiry of 1 year from the date on which the company is entitled to commence business, a set equity shares cannot be issued. That means a company can issue set equity shares at a discount only after the expiry of 1 year from the date on which the company is entitled to commence business. As far as the certificate shares are concerned, they shall be ranked pari passu. That means they shall be ranked equally with that of other equity shareholders. That is, certificate shareholders will have all the rights of that of other equity shareholders. You cannot issue a new class of certificate shares at a discount. Equity shares issued at a discount should be a class of shares that has already been issued. നേരത്തെ ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്ത ഒരു ഷെയർ അതേ ക്ലാസ്സിലുള്ള ഷെയർ മാത്രമേ സെക്യൂരിറ്റി ഷെയർ ആയിട്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. From the above, we can conclude that certificate shares cannot be issued by a new company. A new company cannot issue certificate shares, or a new class of shares cannot be issued by an old company at a discount as certificate share. പുതിയ കമ്പനിക്ക് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പഴയ കമ്പനിക്ക് ഒരു പുതിയ ക്ലാസ് ഓഫ് ഷെയർ എന്തായിട്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല, സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് ഷെയർ ആയിട്ട് ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ